This conference will now be recorded.
We're very fortunate today. Our presenter is actually from Costa Rica and works for an incredible company that we'll be talking about a special vacation for Thanksgiving of 2022. I've been to Costa Rica 3 times. I loved it each time. The beautiful thing about Costa Rica, it has volcanoes, it has beaches, it has monkeys, it has hot springs, it has sloths, and has lots of things to do for the active as well as the vacationer who just wants to relax and go to the spa. So I'm going to let Rodo, who's with us today, tell you all that. But before we get started with that, I'd like to just present who Travel Central is. So if we can go to the next slide. So a little about Travel Central. We've been here since 1988. We are in the New Orleans area. We have a team of incredible travel experts whose major goal, the only goal, is to plan your vacation, answer your questions, and be your advocate. You have one advisor throughout the whole process, and they'll offer their expertise and resources to make sure your vacation is exactly what you want and as seamless as possible. And we also have lots of amenities and extra things that we can offer to clients that's unique to Travel Central. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our Costa Rica expert. He's with Memorable Costa Rica, and he's going to share this Costa Rica family vacation that's over Thanksgiving of 2022. So I am going to go thank you and go ahead and start.
All right. Can you
Okay,
hear
there
me
we
now,
go. You're
Melinda?
good. You're good. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Melinda. Thank you for having me, Erin. It's a pleasure. Welcome everyone to this virtual trip that we're going to do for Costa Rica. This is going to be for next Thanksgiving, as you see it here on the screen. And this is an incredibly good, family-friendly trip. We're going to be visiting animal rescue centers. We're going to do it whitewater rafting. We're going to check out sloth in their sanctuary, and we're going to see the forest from the treetop, just like a bird eye view. And of course, we're going to do zip line for those who love adventure and they want to see something different and they want to get excited about visiting the tropics. On the screen, what you see here is basically just a map of our journey here in the tropics. We're going to start here in the Central Valley in where San Jose Airport is, and we're just going to go all the way up here where the volcano, the hot springs, and the beautiful um, rainforest is, and we're going to continue over to the west coast to finish our journey here on the west coast of Costa Rica. So I'm just going to go and talk about little by little uh, about every day about the program. We have planned a very nice itinerary, a very nice program, like I said before. So I'm going to be go over in each one of them with all the perks and the extra amenities that you're going to have and why you need to come and join us. So on day one, you will be landing in the San Jose airport. So right after you get through customs, our staff will be waiting for you. All you have to do is look for the sign with your name on it, the family name, your last name, and then our staff will be there. They're basically going to help you with the package process as well as customs. And they're going to take you just outside of arrivals where our drivers will be waiting for you. From there, it's just a 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the traffic conditions, and you will be at the Hilton Cariari Hotel. This is where we're going to be spending the first night. Um, what I love about this hotel, and I must tell you, Melinda and Erin, it's a little biased. This is the first place where my first job, and so I am very fond to this property. It's a resort located just outside of the city. Like I said, 7 to 10 minutes from the airport. So it's like in between from the airport to the city. If you can picture the airport on one side and the city on the other side, Hilton Cariari will be like in the middle of the on the way. It What I love about this property is the rooms are spacious and they have a pool, free Wi-Fi, and they have a cafeteria. So if you land at sometime during the midday or in the afternoon, and you want to take, you know, an afternoon coffee, an afternoon tea, you will have the option for that. Breakfast here is really, really good. It's a buffet breakfast, and what you see here, this is the children pool. So, and this is the adult pool, and here's the wet bar. So, mom and dad can be here sipping cocktail and relaxing while their kids can be here having fun. So, it's a great treat, and I love Kariari for that reason. And like I said, it's very close to the airport. And on day two, we're going to be heading over to the north region of Costa Rica, and we're going to make a stop to the La Paz Waterfall Gardens. We're going to be heading to Arenal area, but La Paz Waterfall Gardens, ladies and gentlemen, it is the best place for your kids to interact with all the flora and fauna that you can find in the rainforest. So on this day, what you're going to do is that you're going to see the rainforest from the ground, and then on another day, we're going to see the forest from the top. So uh, here, it's one of the many waterfalls. They have actually five waterfalls in the area in this park. This is a private reserve, so you can actually walk through the rainforest to get until this lookout point, so you can take pictures of the waterfall. Here, this is the back of your picture, or when you walk through the trails, you can actually get down to this other point and take pictures of this beautiful waterfall on the back. So make your choice. Why not having both? And then throughout the park. This is an animal refuge. So basically, what they do is that many of these animals they have been taken as pets or they have been rescued from any of the places because it is legal to have any of these animals with you. So um, these animals are staying in this refuge center at La Paz Waterfall Gardens as a transition. Some of these animals will be able to make it back to the wild. Some of them will not, sadly. So for those who don't have a chance to go back into the wilds, like this beautiful jaguar, they basically just stay there in a very, very nice facilities. You will see it. And as you see, they have very nice and thick window panes. So basically, it is really good to take pictures. And here you can see lots of hummingbirds, monkeys, jaguars, um, birds. It's really, really nice. And it's a great opportunity. Picture more like a zoo, but it is in a zoo, really. And in here, you will have the opportunity to take really nice pictures and up close pictures of all these animals. One of my favorites, perhaps, is this one because you can really get to see the jaguar as this close as it is in the picture, or the famous toucan. People just love it, and you can actually have the toucan perch on your shoulder and have a great picture. It's really, really nice. Lunch will be included here, and then we will continue to to Arenal, and we will be staying at the Arenal Springs. Um, Lunch will be served at La Paz Waterfall Gardens. Breakfast will be at the Hilton Cariari, lunch at La Paz, and then we will make our way to Arenal Springs. Just for you to have an idea, from La Paz Waterfall Gardens all the way back to Arenal, it's going to take about 2 hours to get there. So it's really easy. And as you see here, the rooms are again spacious. They come with either one or two beds, just like at the Cariari, at the Hilton Cariari, and they all have AC. They come with Wi-Fi. They also have alarm clock, hot water, and all the modern world facilities that we need. One of the things that I love about this hotel, the Arenal Springs, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's actually two. Um, Number one, all of the rooms, they have volcano views. So no matter where you're staying, you're gonna have the volcano views right there from the terrace of your room. And the other thing is that the pool here, they have cold water and hot water springs in the area. So again, you can have fun, enjoy it, and perhaps going to the spa because they have a great spa, and then your kids will be having a great time. If you're a sushi lover, I recommend you to make a quick stop here. This is the place where you want to come and ask for sushi. Um, on day three, after breakfast, we're gonna go whitewater rafting. Now, in here, I want to tell you one thing. This is classes two and three, so previous experience is not necessary. It's not required. Just make sure that you want to have fun and make sure that you want to get excited and get wet, that you're willing to get wet. For those of you, oh, will I be jumping out of my raft? Chances are, but when it comes to trips like this, when we have kids on board, um, to be very honest with you, it doesn't really happen because what we want is to keep the safety of everyone in the group. Safety is one of the pillars, and we just want to make sure that everyone have fun, everyone gets excited, everyone gets wet, but no one gets out of the raft. Lunch will be served on the river, so it's pretty much like a river picnic lunch that it's served on the banks of the river. So it's really, really nice. And then we come back to the hotel to enjoy the rest of the evening. And like I said, get into the hot springs and enjoy the volcano views. On day four, what we're going to do is that we're going to visit the Sloth Sanctuary. Now, who doesn't want to get pictures of these beautiful animals? I think everyone wants. So today is the chance to go look at these beautiful animals in their natural habitat. This is not a zoo. This is not a refuge center. It's actually the forest. All right. And uh, there are these are this is a private reserve, and on this private reserve, what the owner did was planting a special type of tree that is actually favorite among the sloths for their natural dietary, for their natural diet. So that's the reason why once you step in, you're gonna see a lot of these slots over there. And after that visit, we're going to have lunch at one of the local restaurants, and then we're going to go and take a hike into the rainforest. But this time, we're going to do it differently. We're going to go through the trails, but we're also going to have the opportunity to see the forest from the top. So make sure that you bring your binoculars, like in the picture in here. Now, for those of you who wonder, oh, Melinda or Erin, is it safe? Yes, it is safe. Yes, you don't have to worry. Yes, there are chances that you will see other animals. Normally, what you see here is amphibians like frogs, ants. Sometimes we see snakes. So don't worry because this is guided and the guide always goes first. And they actually are the ones who know where to spot the different animals in the forest. Lots of birds too, and why not more sloths? Because that's usually what you get, what you can see here. So bring your camera, bring your binoculars, and make sure that you have comfortable sneakers with you because that's what you're going to be doing the whole day. On day five, after spending 3 beautiful days here on the RNL area, we're going to go to the last section of the trip. We're going to head down to the west coast and we're going to go to Rincon de la Vieja. From RNL to Rincon is going to take about 3 hours on the road. But don't worry, we're going to make a stop on the road so that everyone, can get out of the van, stretch their legs, have a bite to eat. If they need to go to the restrooms, there will be restrooms available. So basically, all the things that you need to take into consideration are already taken care of. So all you have to do is sit back and relax. And this, we're going to be staying at Hacienda Huachipilin. We're going to be there for 3 nights, and breakfast will be included here. Again, Wi-Fi included, AC, TV, as in the previous two hotels, coffee maker, as I sign here, telephone, just like in the other hotels, and then 1 or 2 beds available. So one for you and the other for the kids. One important thing to mention, ladies and gentlemen, is that in all of the three hotels, they offer either connecting rooms or one next to each other. So say that you want to come and it's a family of five, or you want to have your own privacy and get your kids on another room. That is also possible. Just make sure you tell Melinda and Erin about it, and we're going to take care of the rest. They also have a pool. And what I love about Hacienda Huachipalin is that this is an actually working farm hotel. So Do not be surprised if you see the cowboys, or there's actually the possibility to go and milk the cows. For those of who love that, or for those who would love to have your children learning how to milk a cow, that is also possible here. Lots of tours to do here, and most important, food is really great. Here at Hacienda Huachipolín, the concept is from farm to table. So literally, they raise turkeys, chicken, cows, like I said, and of course they also have lots of vegetables. So pretty much they try to produce as many as they can in their own property, so that they can produce it and put it into their amazing menus. One last thing that I would like to mention about Hacienda Huachipolín, but this also applies to the previous hotels, is that if you have any diet restrictions such as vegan, or uh, any other special requests, allergies to peanuts, or gluten free, let Erin, let Melinda know about it, and we're gonna do the rest for you, and we're gonna make sure that there's gonna be food fitting these requirements. On day six, what we're gonna do is that we're actually gonna get out and explore the area, this region. This is up in the mountains, really close to the Rincon de la Vieja, a volcano. So we're gonna go into the national park, and we're gonna hike into the forest. After we hike, we're gonna do the Oropendula waterfall, which is this on the right hand side. And in here, if you want to, you have the chance to step into the water. So make sure that you bring your tivas or your water shoes to step in. That's what I strongly recommend. And do not worry, water here in general is not freezing, so it's gonna feel actually very, very good to get into the water after an hour or two of a hike in the forest. And on day seven, which is our last day, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna keep exploring the region, but this time we're gonna explore the river. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna zip lining, and this time it's through the canyon. So we're going to be moving from one side of the river canyon to the other side. So here's one cable, here's another one. So it's really nice. It's really beautiful, very exciting, super safe. For those of you wondering how am I going to do with my kids if they're 5, 6, don't worry. Um, if your kid is afraid of height, or you are actually afraid of letting your kid go in by themselves, we have the choice to either going with you or going with one of the local guides. So they're going to be pairing, and either yourself or the guide will do the whole job, and your kid just basically have to be enjoy, sit back and enjoy. It's really, really nice. Sometimes there are some ladders, as you see here on the screen as I'm circling, and but it's nothing really, really strenuous. It's affordable for everyone, and trust me, your kids will love it. And then on day eight, basically we're just going to finish our trip, and we're going to head back to the Guanacaste airport. Breakfast will be included on that date, and it's going to take about hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half to get from the Hacienda Huachipolín to the hotel. Having said that, I wanted to go back to you, Melinda.
Fantastic. Great presentation. And for anyone who came in late, don't worry. We are recording the presentation and we'll send it out by email tomorrow. So as you can see, this package is fantastic. He went over some great hotels, plenty of activity, and we're fortunate for Thanksgiving of 2022, Erin and her daughter Stella will be hosting a trip and inviting all of our clients and friends to join us. So if you want to go to the next slide, we'll talk. So as we went through the whole presentation, we saw the trip included. It includes the 7 nights of accommodations. It includes the activities that we talked about. So it includes the waterfall garden. It includes the whitewater rafting. It includes the sloth quest, the zip line, the breakfast daily, 7 lunches and 3 dinners. So really a great program that's here that's offered. The price, funny enough, is $17.45 per person based on double occupancy. So if you have 3 or 4 people in your room, the price would change a little bit. But before we go forward, next one. So we did have a couple of questions. So, Rado, if you can answer just a couple of questions. One
Sure.
is, what is the weather during like that Thanksgiving week, that November week that we have planned for that?
Sure. The tropical, this is the tropics, and the classic November day here in the tropics will be more like a really sunny morning that is going to be hot and humid, especially around the volcano area. And the day that you're going to the past waterfall gardens, on that day, you should expect sunny mornings, very hot and humid. And then in the afternoon, what usually happens is that it gets cloudy, and normally we would have scatter showers. That usually happens by the end of the day or in the evening, so it doesn't really interrupt any of the activities. And when you head all the way to Huachipalin, which is the last stop, it's actually the same but less chances of rain. And that also brings me to tell you, Melinda and Erin, that it's a great opportunity to take beautiful pictures, not only of the volcano, but also of the sunsets around the Hacienda Huachipalim. Like I said, this is a working farm. They have an adventure center, which is the place that we will be visiting and doing all these activities. But if you want to, have a free time, and if you want to take a walk in one of the trails, make sure that you ask the front desk about the lookout points, and they're going to tell you all the, insider tips, all the local, all what you need to do, so that when you head to the lookout points, probably you're going to be stepping out and taking beautiful pictures of the coast because you will be up on the mountain. So yes, sunny in the mornings and cloudy in the afternoon. Some chances of rain at the end of the day or in the evening.
So when we saw all those great pictures of swimming pools at each of the hotels, now you can appreciate, you want to bring your bathing suit. So after a wonderful day playing and having a good time and doing adventure, you can go in and relax in the swimming pool and have a good time. So it is definitely something to do. The other two questions we had have to do with the actual activities. Is there any age limits for the whitewater rafting trip?
Yes. What rafting usually for the one that we're stepping in, it usually goes for 6 or 7 years old and above. So what happens if we have kids that are under 6 or 7? No worries. Just tell you, Melinda or Erin, and what we're going to do is work out with the local outfitters, with our partners here in Costa Rica, and we're going to have a special raft for this family, for these kids. And instead of going whitewater rafting, they're going to go, they will be going floating at a different section of the river so that they can see all the beautiful animals. They won't be paddling. All they have to do is sit and enjoy on the raft. And then at the end of the trip, you meet the rest of the group.
Wow, that's fantastic. I love how you're able to, move along and fit, things into that it not normally fit into. So that's perfect that you're able to
Yeah.
adapt quickly. And finally, the last question I have, and again, if anyone has any questions, you can go ahead and put it in the chat section and we'll answer those questions. But the last question I have is there any weight restrictions or age restrictions for the zip line?
Basically, there isn't any restriction when it comes to age. Like I said, we have done it in the past. We have had kids of 4 or 5 years old that they go either by themselves or they can go with one of the guides. It is very important to tell here, Melinda and Erin, that the local guides, they are the professionals, they are certified, they know what they do. So if your kid is actually, if they don't feel that the kids will be safe enough to go it by themselves, they're going to tell you right there in the spot, and they're going to make sure that he basically enjoys the ride, but he's going to go with either one of the guides or the parents. So aging, no problem. We could have grandma, mom, and their grandchildren going all together on this trip, and they're going to have fun, and they can go zip lining with no problem. But when it comes to weight, yes, there is a restriction. Normally, it says 250 pounds, but to be honest with you, it doesn't really. Um, that is just a pattern or a parameter that we use because as long as the seat belts actually fit on around the waist, it's actually good. So 250 is the average, but if say that we have someone bigger, it is okay as long as the seatbelt works. If
Okay.
the seatbelt doesn't, then it is not possible.
Yeah, I think we'll probably, anyone who wants to go and hike and adventure, I think we'll be able to get them on the zip line as well. Okay, well, I don't have any more questions, so I want to go ahead and say just a little bit more about travel. So thank you. But just a reminder that this year is going to be an interesting year in travel. Travel has changed, but it's still fantastic. Our staff has been all over the world this year already, or out in the 2021 and 2022. So we've had people go to Costa Rica, we've had people go to Peru, France, Italy. So we definitely can't wait. Look forward to getting you to Costa Rica in Thanksgiving of 2022. And with that, I just wanted to tell you thank you. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Like I said, we did record it. We'll be sending you an email tomorrow with the recording in it. We hope that you'll join us in Costa Rica for Thanksgiving. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.